Hi, Homeworthy. I'm Rene.
I'm Sofie. This is Hefe. Welcome to our home in Malibu.
Soak in the last of those warm summer days with Homeworthy as we dive into some incredible sun-kissed seaside homes shaped by surf culture. From breezy beach cottages to soulful surf shacks, these homes capture the spirit of the ocean and the legacy of surfing. This is where coastal living meets design, and it's surf style at its best. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hi, my name's Sofie Acuña. I'm a photo producer.
Hi, my name is Rene Acuña. I'm a wardrobe stylist, and welcome to our home in Malibu.
We live in a trailer park called Paradise Cove. This particular trailer was owned by an actress, and we moved in a couple of years ago. We've been in the Cove for about 17 years and keep trading up into bigger and better trailers. And this one was our hashtag goals, and here we are.
Yeah, it's been such a great place just because if you get to know us, our temperaments are pretty extroverted. So it's great because when you first come up the road, our house or our trailer is the first one you see. So a lot of times we're like the welcoming committee. So we're always out there kind of greeting and saying hi to everybody. So it's been kind of nice to have that.
When you first walk into the house, this is our kitchen. We redid the whole kitchen. There was a different island. We ripped it out. We wanted to bring in color, so here's the blue marble. These ceramic lights are made by our friend Kevin Willis. He's actually a person who owns a tequila brand, but on the side he does ceramics. You can actually buy these on the commune website, I believe. This is something we got in Canada, in British Columbia. It's a talking stick, so if you're fighting, you can each hold the stick and talk. This oven and stove was purchased by the actress. We had no idea how to even use it because it comes from France. We had to Google it and kind of figure it out, and it's actually been amazing. Here is a backsplash. It was white when we first moved in. Again, we were going for these earth tones, but again with a lot of color. Therefore, like the green floor, the purple cabinetry. Almost all of our pottery we bought at auction. It's all craftsman pottery from the 20s. And we do love that our refrigerator is hidden in a cabinet,
right,
which looks like all the other cabinets. So this was also here before we got here. We just painted everything.
Right.
I cook most meals inside the house.
Yeah.
Renee has a huge barbecue,
and a
smoker, rotisserie, pizza oven.
Yeah.
Oh, and a big lobster pot that I was very annoyed that he bought because we have no room for it. But we do all that outside.
But it's
He's
great.
outside man, I'm inside man.
Yeah, when we do our lobster bakes, we invite the neighborhood and then we just do that. So it's great. Yeah, worked out well.
Our favorite thing to make is the pizzas because the entire neighborhood comes out.
Yeah.
They know we're doing it. They see the fire and it gets pretty fun.
Yeah, it does.
We love to entertain, and if I had a moment to show you the pictures on our phone, you'd be pretty surprised because every time we have a party here, we take a picture on the couch and there's always 40 to 50 people somehow smashed into this tiny space with beers, pizza, you name it.
And so we're transitioning from the kitchen. This is where we eat our meals. What we wanted to do, we wanted to do a little traditional kind of like a banquet. So we can do like cafeteria style eating and have everybody just sit down and enjoy, kind of like family style. This rug that we got, it's funny. We were in Morocco 2 years ago, something like that?
Yep.
2 years ago, and if you look, when you look through the house, we have some amazing rugs. This one in particular we found in Morocco, in Marrakesh, and we had been looking, because we're specific about our colors and the size, and we found this one from literally back in the wall in the hole. There was stacks of hundreds. We found this one, and it worked out perfect.
And they shipped it to us, and I think it was literally $200.
Yeah, it was great.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy. Over here we have one of our good buddies. We also, once you get to look around, we collect a lot of art as well. This is a buddy of ours. His name is Aaron Rose, and he's a close dear friend of ours. And
he's a big art dealer,
Yep.
and also a painter, and he's a director, and very talented guy. We're really lucky to get that painting, actually.
Yep.
This light fixture from the ceiling is an old Italian light fixture that our decorator Francis Merrill found on Etsy. And I believe it's made out of lucite with some leaves like embedded in it. And again, this is just pottery, craftsman pottery that we got at an auction from the 20s. And like Rene said, this space did not even exist.
Right.
We built in this banquette and covered it in this fabric because we thought it would be less stain worthy.
Right.
And yeah, we have all of our meals here. You can fit, 10 people in here, so it's quite nice.
So when we bought the house, obviously it was white, and so I have a buddy of mine who owns a lumber yard. It's a family-owned business. So we decided we like the natural wood. So we had it, taken down, and then we had it put up and stained this color just to kind of keep the natural look of the space. So we had it done this way, and it was already pitched. So it was pitched, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was already pitched, so it made it that much easier. But yeah, we kept the naturalness of the wood, just kind of like going along with if you look outside, there's trees and bushes and stuff like that. So we want to keep that natural look with it.
We wanted it to look like a cabin.
Yeah, like a cabin.
A Big Sur wooden surf cabin.
Right.
We were lucky that our friend Dusty's family owned a lumber yard because this was during COVID where it was impossible to get wood, actually.
Right.
And he was able to help us out and supply us with all of this wood, which was quite a bit of wood, actually. This trailer, when we first saw it, was all white with white denim couches, white ceilings, a big white island in the kitchen. Definitely not our style, a little bit Hidden Hills style. So we decided that we loved the look of a Big Sur cabin. And what we needed to do, obviously, was cover some spaces with wood. So we did the ceiling and the floors, painted it. We're very colorful people, and everything we do is with colors. Obviously, this sofa, etc. But I would say that's our style. We're both surfers, and we wanted this to be cozy, warm, and very informal for our families.
I think the thing is, though, the one thing about being a surfer is also kind of living that like nomadic lifestyle. You travel, you're on the road a lot. Sometimes there's downtime, so you read and you get inspired by so many different things. I think that was kind of what we thought about with this place. The color and the travels that we've done, the things that we've collected over the years. And when you walk into this house, it's like, walking into a little, gallery or
of all of our memories.
Yeah, of all of our memories and
of trips around the world. Yeah. And over here is our living room. It's all part of one space, but there is a kind of a room demarcation because of the couch. That's why we put it this way. So it would make a living room versus the kitchen over here. We, as you can tell, are obsessed with color. So we wanted to do a color block couch. We spent, at least 2 or 3 months with these swatches on the kitchen table trying to figure out which one went where, what was the best anchor, etc., and all the pillows. Now it seems so natural, we love it, but it really did take us quite a long time to figure out what was going to be the base color and what was going to be each pillow color. This coffee table I'm really proud of, and I love. This was made by a guy named Alma Allen, who, when we found him, was just a wood artist in 29 Palms. He has since been in the Whitney Biennial, and he's now a sculptor and doesn't even make furniture. So I'm really happy to have this. It's signed by him, and it feels really, really special, and I will never get rid of it. Other than that, our eldest child is a book editor at FSG in New York, and so we read a ton of books, and we're very obsessed with color coding our books and making everything from blue to red to white to black. I'm noticing up here there are some that are out of sync, and I'm going to have to fix those, but Yes, we're kind of obsessed with books, and this is just like a tiny portion of what we have thanks to our oldest son, Jackson. This rug was not from Morocco. This is a rug that Frances Merrill, our decorator, found for us. She had it in her collection of rugs that she always keeps, and we just were able to buy it from her. We're really lucky because to find an orange Moroccan rug is actually quite difficult, believe it or not.
Right.
I've literally had this for like 25 years. Our first trailer was tiny. It was a one tiny little bedroom with a little bench. So this was our other seating, which is kind of ridiculous. When we would have people over for dinner, they would have to sit on our golf cart to eat because there was no space in the house. In Paradise Cove, everyone drives golf carts around. It's the way that we get around and get to the beach and go surfing. So in our case, it was also kind of like our dining room seating.
Right.
And so the ottoman came in handy.
Yeah.
This table sadly has a lot of watermarks on it because it's been in our family for a really long time. We used to live in an old Craftsman in Santa Monica, and this was part of that house, the original furniture from that house. Like it was from the 1920s. This mug is our friend Daniel George. He lives in Malibu. He's a sculptor and ceramicist, and everyone here collects his work. This is another one of his pieces. And these are little candle holders that my friend Nadia makes, and she sells them up in Malibu. And this is a little sea glass sculpture that our friend Frankie made.
Yeah.
So all of these things are really personal. Definitely not purchased by a decorator. Definitely our history and our stories.
It's our friends, yeah.
I was a little bit scared because there was no kitchen table. She had the couch here. They had the TV on a wall on a big long arm. All of their meals were taken at the counter.
Right.
And again, I'm thinking maybe she didn't entertain that much or wasn't into eating. So we needed a big place. So actually it took us a long time to really figure it out. Before we started the renovations, we had a kitchen table over on that side. We just didn't know what we were doing, and I was kind of nervous because I didn't know how to separate the eating area from the sitting area from the dining area. And so it took us a while. We mapped it out on the floor, taped the floor, did a whole bunch of things to try and figure out the spacing. I mean, once again, these floors were white, and so we sit, Renee's great with color. We sit all the time with Pantone chips and paint chips and fabric chips, fabric swatches, and we lay it all out on the counter, and we're just looking. So it was really about the purple, the lilac, and the green, and we went through several greens, several purples, kind of matching darker, lighter, less green, more blue, and we finally figured out, looking at them together and asking about 700 of our friends what they thought, and we finally came up with this choice. And I think we're happy.
Just something that was a little bit more muted because everything is so colorful in here. And I think it went well with the natural wood of the ceiling as well. So the green was still, it was vibrant, but it wasn't. So it complemented everything that went in here. Because we tried like a navy, we tried other colors, but just nothing, everything was too much of a pop. So I think this was such a subtle choice. And this is our sitting room, kind of reading room. I know it's close to the living room, but it's a nice place in the summer or in the wintertime. We come here and we'll just, put the fire on. It's nice and cold. We'll hang out, do some reading right here. Just a nice quiet time. Or sometimes in the morning, it's nice to just kind of sit here and just read and just kind of, relax and enjoy the start of the morning. So, yeah, we have these two chairs. What are the history on these two chairs?
These are 1920s club chairs from Paris. Sad to say they're completely torn. I mean, I guess it's part of the allure. But we've had them for, 20-something years. So they're really kind of falling apart, but in a beautiful way. And every house we move into, somebody says, "Oh, it's time to get rid of these," and I'm like, "No, it's not. These are fabulous." and they're really comfortable. We were really lucky because usually in trailers there are no fireplaces.
Right.
So I don't know how she got that in here, but she did. All of these things that you see around, again, this is like the pottery we've been collecting. These are all things that we've gotten on trips. We surf a lot in Fiji and many tropical places, and just always finding on the beach pieces of coral, things that people would normally throw away.
Right.
But to us, it's really special because it reminds us of trips that we've been on. When we went to Morocco recently, we met an artist and he painted this piece that actually says peace in Arabic. And obviously that's what we need right now. We need a lot of peace between all the different factions of people. So that's makes us happy.
Right.
This is one of the photographers I worked with. He found, my name is spelled with an F, which is unusual. And he found this beer, I guess, in Belgium. So we've never opened it, but we've kept it because it makes me happy to see my name on a beer bottle. I love beer. This right here is a photographer that I've worked with for years. She's extremely talented. Her name is Lisa Eisner. She currently has switched from photography to jewelry design, and she designs all the jewelry for The Row and Tom Ford. But she's an amazing, amazing photographer. I'm thrilled to have this piece here.
And then we have this piece of art. It's one of our closest friends. His name is Colin. It's funny, he's an artist, but he was also a professional surfer at one point, and now he's transitioned into being a sushi chef, and it's amazing. If you ever get a chance to have him cook for you, let me tell you, it's the best sushi you'll ever have. But anyway, we were fortunate enough to get this piece of art from him as he was doing that transitional moment in his career.
And it looks like the ocean to me.
Yeah, it looks like the ocean.
So these two rugs, this one, we also got in Morocco, the pale pink one.
Yep.
This one over here is a 1920s hook rug, American. Also Francis Merrill found that. When I worked at Geffen Records as an art director, I worked with Nirvana and Hole, which is Courtney Love's band. And a bunch of these are photographs from that era. Actually, this is a photograph my dad took. He's a photographer too. These are other bands I worked with, Farouk Assault, just different artists. This is a picture from actually our wedding.
Our wedding.
Recently. We got married recently. And that's a picture, the wedding was in Ojai, and our friend Ed Templeton took that picture. We met at a party in Venice. I had just come back from a surfing trip, and Rene happened to be there, and I was the only girl there talking about surfing, and I think it piqued his interest.
Yeah.
And he asked me if he could give me a ride home, and as soon as I got in his car, I saw there were 5 or 6 surfboards in his car, and I looked at him and I said, "Wait a minute, you surf too?" And
the rest is history.
Literally, we like moved in with each other within a month.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah, we knew.
I started out as an art director at Geffen Records. I worked there for 10 years during the 90s, worked on covers for Nirvana, Weezer, Beck, the Eagles, Aerosmith, tons of artists. After that, I went into fashion and was art directing and producing photo shoots for different brands in Los Angeles. And then I became a photo agent and worked at an architectural design firm called Commune in Los Angeles. One of my best friends from college started it, Roman Alonso. And I stayed there for about 5 years. After that, I went to Beats by Dre, where I was a global photo director, did shoots around the world with athletes. And after that to Levi's, and now I'm pretty much freelance, and I produce shoots for different brands around the world. What about you?
I am a stylist. I started as a fashion designer in the surf industry. Obviously, we talked about surf, and ever since I was younger, I wanted to make sure that my life circumnavigated around surfing. So that's kind of the path I chose. I worked for Quicksilver, Billabong, Hurley, some of the biggest names out there, designing with them, and then moved to LA years back. Had a buddy of mine who was a director and asked me if I wanted to style one of his commercials. Didn't know what that was or what that entailed. So, but I did it, and it was actually really fun, and it went from there. He just introduced me to more and more people, also still maintaining my surf, roots. Then after that, I got hired by a TV show called Extra, and was the stylist over there with a girl named Julie Kozak. We worked together for the last 13 years, and so been there. And
now you're designing your own
Yeah, now we're designing our own shirts, shorts, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're doing side projects, and yeah, we're just having fun with it. Our brand name is 129. It's the number of our trailer here in Paradise Cove.
And we take vintage dead stock 70s and 60s fabrics. We turn them into trunks, and usually there's only about 20 or 25 pairs that come off of each roll. So we do drops, and each pair is different from the last.
Yeah.
So this is our bedroom.
Yep.
Welcome to our bedroom. Couple things in here that I really, really love.
That.
Yeah, so this is just a bed from Restoration Hardware. But this, one time I was in Morocco a long time ago, and I bought this textile. It was a tablecloth, and I kept it in the closet literally for 5 years because I never wanted someone to spill wine on it. And finally I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna cut it up and turn it into a headboard so that I can look at it all the time. So here it is. When we got it back from the guy who made it a headboard, he had cut off all the fringe, which of course is one of the best parts. So I was like, dude, find the fringe. He pulled it out of the trash, and he came here with a needle and thread and sewed it on. So that's the headboard. As you can tell, Rene and I love colors, so this was something that we really were excited about, this dead stock wallpaper from Sweden. It's from the 1970s, and they had just enough. When you buy from this company, they tell you the exact amount that they have, and we had just enough to finish this room, which we were excited about. This is just an old painting from the 1970s. I bought it from, if you go on Instagram, you can look for a thing called NFS, which is not for sale. And it's a little bit of an annoying situation where you go to this guy's warehouse in Frogtown in Los Angeles, and you may pick something, and he looks at you and says, no, I'm sorry, that's not for sale. But this was for sale, so I was able to buy this. And the thing I love about it, it's a painting, but he made it look like it was from a notebook. And these little holes at the top, which I love. So that's from NFS, which I recommend you checking out. This is from an artist in Austria named Ben Ryer, who does all these collages. Every single thing is cut out, nothing's printed, so they're all original and unique. So I love this. It's kind of like, think about war, money, love it. This is one of our children, Hayden. This was drawn by a kind of a very well-known artist named Solomon Huerta. I was lucky enough to get him to do this portrait. This is Ed Templeton. He's a photographer I work with. He's quite well known in the skate world, but is also a photographer and filmmaker. And this is one of my son's friends, Aiden Romick, who went to art school, did an art show, and now she's kind of blown up, and it's been really exciting to be part of her journey. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah.
You want to pick it up?
This one we just bought this one. This is just a local Venice kid that my son surfs with, and he's like an amazing photographer. And his name is
Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden. So
double exposure.
Yeah, and so it's like a double exposure. So we have yet to put it up, but this is our latest purchase here.
We just did the same linen fabric on all the windows. In this room, they're blue. In the main room, they're rust. Trying to keep, again, with the earth tones to combat all the crazy colors everywhere else.
Yep.
This chair and footstool came from the old house that we lived in Santa Monica. It's, again, craftsman from the 1920s, and there was part of the original furniture from that house, and I was lucky enough to be able to take it with us. These nightstands, not sure where they came from, but we ordered them when we first moved in. We needed a really low light nightstand, and the lamps, as I said before, were custom made by a woman in, I think, New York. I'm trying to remember. The light fixture up here is Italian. Francis Merrill found that, I believe, on Etsy as well. It's the cabinetry, the baseboards, the floor, it all is tied together so that we don't look like total crazy people, only half crazy people.
Half crazy.
And I have to say we were very lucky because in trailers you usually have a tiny little closet that just slides open, but because this was an actress, they're all lit closets, so it's we're really happy to have these all built out, which Sorry, they're a little messy, but yes, was a very big plus for trailer living.
Yeah. Cool, and now we're coming into our main bathroom. Again, we're going with the whole color theme thing. So the tiles here, we went with the blue and white kind of chevrons. And then same thing, just we got the tub here. And then our towels, same thing. All of our towels are pretty bright. So we have a collection of just, different things over the years. We got this natural wood that we have here. Little curtains are linen curtains. We just kind of want to keep it simple and again beachy.
Originally, it was all like white cabinetry,
Right.
which we didn't like, so
Right.
we did this to match the kitchen counters.
Right.
Just the dark brown wood,
And again, painted the perimeter of the
which was all white.
all white, same thing. And then Sophie's
Claim to fame.
claim to fame.
I worked on this record cover.
She worked on that record
Yeah.
cover. Yeah. Ooh. Those are.
I can't even remember, to be honest, if we put those in or
We did.
we did.
Yeah.
So then that means Francis
Yeah.
Merrill from Wreath Design found those. I
Right.
did not find those.
Yeah.
When I worked at Beats by Dre, the creative director is a guy named Casey Ryder. He worked with Shepard Fairey for years, and he also paints on the side. And he was really sweet enough to give me this piece of art, which I adore, and
Right.
just really livens up this white wall. Makes me happy every time I see it.
And this is our kids' room. You can see we have the bunk bed, so it's pretty great for the kids when they come. And my son, he usually stays here when he's in town. Same thing. We kind of went along with the lilac color, the light lavender color. We have some more photos here. Same thing from Sophie's work. These lights, they were here, weren't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can turn them on too
Yeah.
if you want. It kind of makes it look like a ship, which
Yeah,
I like.
like a kind of a nautical theme. If you
So our son Dakota always stays in here, but it's also a great place for families. My older brother, Sean, he and his wife will stay here, and their daughter will stay up there. So
Yeah.
it's kind of great to have the versatility. Or Dakota will have 5 friends in here, which is also really fun.
Yeah, exactly. And then this rug, same thing we got from Morocco on our trip from the other two. Where did we get this one? This
is from Sway, which is in Frogtown. It's a really great company. We use all their aprons too. They take all this vintage fabric from dead stock and things that aren't used, scraps, and they turn them into quilts. Rene has an amazing apron that's all old Carhartt fabric, and it's got bleach spots and paint spots, and
Right.
that's what they do is they take these old remnants and sew them into quilts and blankets and pillows.
Yeah.
So we really like that company.
And this is where everybody just kind of hangs out, watches TV.
All the kids.
All the kids.
This is another Ben Ryer, the guy from Austria. It's kind of naked girls on sneakers. We thought the boys would like that.
Yeah.
And this was actually painted for the middle child when he was a baby, 1950s spaceship
Astronaut
kind
of
of
thing, right.
vibe. And it actually just worked in here, so we kept it even though nobody's a baby anymore. But
Yeah.
we're praying for grandchildren. So if our kids watch this, give us
And
grandchildren.
then we're paying homage to Sophie's mom, who was a huge Elvis fan.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
Loves Elvis.
Loves Elvis.
And this is just, I collect a lot of old stuff. So this is just from the 17, when people came back from World War I, they brought back these little mementos from France and Germany and Britain and brought them back to the United States.
Yep.
This is the powder room. It also doubles as the bathroom for the kids' bedroom. And we wanted, again, it's such a small space to keep it really bright and cheery. So we painted it yellow. We put in a bunch of surf pictures. This is actually a picture of my uncle, whose name is Pork Chops, who used to surf Malibu in the 1960s. And this was shot by actually a really famous photographer named Leroy Granis. These are shot by a guy named Josh Bagel, who, that's his nickname, but he shoots in Venice. And these are all pictures from the walls in Venice telling locals to stay and people who are visiting to not stay, and maybe not in the nicest way. But everything here was original to the house. We didn't really change anything except for painting. This tile was here, the shower, everything else. We just added the mirror, the light fixture, tiny space. I personally love the fact that it's all open. We have another house in Venice Beach that we live in, and it's a very old house with small rooms. And the fact that we can all be in one room, kids watching football, I'm cooking here, people are in the hot tub out back, and Renee's out front barbecuing, and all the doors are open and we're all together. And I think that's really special.
Yeah, I think I go along the same lines of that. I think for me, it's the community that we have here. You know, I think Paradise Cove is so special, and you know, you have people from all different walks of life, and I think here, everybody just drops what they do, and they just kind of. It's like being an old in a you know
summer camp.
A summer camp. You know, you're at dinner at somebody's house, and then you go have a drink somewhere else, and so it's great because everybody knows each other, and we're all raising each other's kids and being together. Our house has definitely been the communal area where everybody comes and they all kind of hang out. So we're pretty blessed for that. Cool, and now we're on our outdoor space. There was a hot tub here before, but we really wanted to, same thing, kind of go with a natural look. So we had this one done, placed in. And then out to here, we had one of our buddies. He is a landscape architect. His name is Taylor Comden, Venice guy. And we wanted to, at one point, there was a table here, chairs, and it was just kind of didn't look as inviting. So we really wanted to have a space that we can come in the summer, come in the winter, relax, hang out. So we had him redo the whole thing. So he's got some vines and some natural plants that he's put here. We got these sofas from him. He ordered them from us. I don't know who the company is, but yeah, we just made it a lot more inviting. Over here we have our boardroom. So again, we surf. So these are our boards, or half of them that we have around. And then we back here have a little space, one little space. And again, this is our back little house. So this is for a little more privacy. It's this little back apartment. Sometimes my son comes with some friends and wants a little more privacy. So we had this. This was already built. Wasn't supposed to be here, but we utilized the space just for a little more privacy. It's a little quiet, a little more off the house. So it's a nice little place to kind of get away. These are some of the bands that Sofie worked with, and some of the awards that the bands got while working with them at Geffen, and some more art. And yeah, that's it.
We've both been surfing our whole lives. I mean, Renee can talk to you more. My dad was a lifeguard in Venice and Malibu in the 1940s.
Yeah.
And he became a doctor, but he put himself through medical school as a lifeguard. Both of my brothers live in Venice. We've all been surfing our entire lives.
Yeah, I grew up in Orange County. You know, they call it the Velcro Valley just because that's where all the surf companies are, and I just grew up surfing my whole life. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to find someone who shares that same common interests. So yeah, I got a good story. It's just about my philosophy behind surfing. So going to that, it's funny. I've surfed with tons of people and around the world and stuff like that, but I always said surfing was just mine, and I never wanted to date a girl that surfed because I felt like it was my moment. And then I met Sofie, and it was so interesting because once I met her, I realized it's like having your best friend or one of my homies in the water with me. So we would share waves together, we'd laugh together, we'd talk, and it was something completely different that I had kind of blocked out, but then I reintroduced it, and now we travel all over the world. We surf together, and with Dakota. And now we have our youngest. Our youngest, who's 20, who is an amazing surfer. So all three of us, we do our family trips together, and we go surf. It's very special. It's really special. That's my story.
What home means to me is family, food, cooking, eating together, watching football, watching movies, and of course, surfing.
Yeah, what home means to me is the same thing. It's family. I think I love the fact that our family can come here, we can enjoy, we can go to the beach, and eat together, we laugh together, we watch TV, we hang out, and it's just building those memories. All right, Homeworthy, thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us, but we're gonna get out of here and go catch a few. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.